There's a feeling you get the day after a wedding when you've been on your feet all day. Your bones are sore, your muscles ache, and your energy is sapped, and you're bringing yourself back from the brink of dehydration. This is the wedding hangover. Let's talk about it. Wedding days are both a sprint and a marathon, and boy are they ever tough on the body. You're on your feet for 6, 8, 10, or maybe 12 hours. You're physically active for most of that time, you're trying your best to be mentally alert throughout, and you don't have the opportunity to hydrate as much as you would want or need. And occasionally you have to hold your knees together and hope against hope when you feel the need to, relieve yourself when something important is happening. Add to that not being able to eat for long stretches, and when you do, maybe the venue provides a cold cut sandwich when nicely plated hot meals are being whisked past you. Carbs and highly processed deli meats are not what the body needs when you're on your feet and working for that long. I carry 2 cameras with me throughout the day, and thankfully I have a solution with a camera harness that distributes the weight across my shoulders. But by the end of the day, or even by the time dancing starts, I'm starting to feel it in my lower back. Over-the-counter pain relievers are my friend when that starts to happen. It's the next day, though, much like those weekend days when you were in college, when you feel the hangover. How many of you roll out of bed the next day feeling like an extra in The Walking Dead? How many then chug a quart of water like you're Mad Max in a post-apocalyptic Australian outback? But wait, you have another wedding to get ready for. That was all Saturday, and now it's Sunday. Let's take the hottest shower known to mankind and have a high-protein breakfast before putting the batteries you charged overnight back into your gear. Then with your own batteries recharged, you head out and do it all again. By now, the caffeine will have kicked in and gotten you through the earlier parts of the day, and your reliance on adrenaline and autofocus to get you through the rest cannot be understated. Then, hopefully, it's a full day with lots of activity where your mind is in the game and not on your body that's so looking forward to melting into your couch while you put on a mindless show or a movie that you're likely to forget you even watched shortly after you finished it. I've never been exactly what you'd call in shape. I've heard rumors that if you exercise regularly, the wedding hangover isn't as bad. Looks like I'm destined to continue getting it. I experienced this phenomenon early on, and it's never really stopped. There's sort of internal battle scar you get from this profession, except unlike a scar, it's temporary, just like the hopes of that groomsman who put in the time to talk to that bridesmaid for most of the night. I am not in any way a medical professional, so take this for what it's worth. But I found a couple of things that help me mitigate the wedding hangover. First and most importantly, drink a lot of water. Dehydration is your ever-looming enemy. It can be hard to drink as much water as you're supposed to, or as much as your body needs when you're being active on a wedding day. So I bring a water bottle and otherwise get water from the bar. The more I'm able to drink, the more I found my body to be not as bad the following day. Some people swear by energy drinks, and I'm not really a fan of them personally, but if it works for them, I'm not here to tell them otherwise. The aforementioned over-the-counter pain relievers. Far be it for me to suggest anyone take a pill for their pain because, and I cannot stress this enough, I am not a medical professional, so do not misconstrue this as medical advice of any kind. But sometimes, like your pride, you gotta swallow what you gotta swallow. Food, my favorite part. I like a big plate of protein for breakfast. Bacon and eggs or some variety of meats thereof does my body good. I've been trying to be good about my carb intake, but if I am feeling fatigued after a long wedding, I'll give myself permission to have an English muffin or something to make a breakfast sandwich out of. Plus coffee, lots of coffee, like maybe in an IV drip. And here's the fancy one, hot tubs. If you have access to one, go soak your bones as soon as you come home or early the next day. For me, that has cut my recovery time in half. I don't know the mechanism for why this works, but for me, it can be a tremendous help. But basically this, rest. If I'm able to give my body time to recover and allow myself to both physically and mentally recuperate, the following day I'm usually ready to get back to the grind. The physical and mental exhaustion you can feel after doing your best to photograph someone's wedding it's a thing. Not to mention the emotional fatigue you can feel from managing interactions and expectations of your client, their families, and their guests. The hours are long and the stakes for getting it all right the first time are high, but man, is it ever fun to do. Whether you've only done this a couple of times or for a number of years, I'm sure you've experienced a wedding hangover. Over time, you'll find what's right for you in pre-gaming, what to do on the day, and how to treat yourself the day after to reduce its effects and live your best life. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. That really does help with the YouTube algorithm. How often do you experience the wedding hangover? Feel free to talk about it in the comments. If you'd like to see more videos like this with more stories, check out this other one I made for you. This is Ask a Wedding Photographer. I'm Seth Kaye, and I'm here to help.